only on Instagram, but I'm broadcasting on Numbers Are Simple Numerovation on YouTube. First and foremost, big up to the YouTube family that's tuning in, that's going to be tuning in, and that are tuning in now. And thanks to the Instagram family all the time. So like I was saying, today is Dr. Laila Africa's birthday and Dr. and Brother John Witherspoon, the late great John Witherspoon's birthday. And one thing about those two, they were both funny and hilarious in their own way. Of course, John Witherspoon focused more on the comedy aspects, and Dr. Africa went down the healing aspect because remember, 2, 7, and then 9. 2 is one of the healing aspects of numbers, one of the compassionate aspects of numbers. 7 is more of the metaphysics, the deeply spiritual, the insightful, and then the 9 is the more humanitarian and universal reach that both men had in their own way. So, in numerology or the study of numbers, and I want to make sure everybody's clear when we're dealing with the study of numbers, just remember that numerology is not psychic, but it can connect you to an intuition that is needed for you to move a certain way in your life to navigate. It's just like I always talk about the GPS, the guiding positioning system. Uh, Although many of us have a natural GPS in us to navigate in this realm, sometimes we need the reminder. And like I've said to people, you got many people that use the GPS all the time. I even heard DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club said, although he knows his way home, he still uses the GPS. Okay, I understand because the GPS is a system that can triangulate what's going on in the neighborhood and give you the long and short way and let you know which is the shortest way to get to where you got to go. So is the science of numerology. Numerology is like a GPS. You give me your name and your birthday, which could be an address, similar to the address, because you do have to put in an address or a number for the address in order for you to get to where you got to go. And then we, as a numerologist, help to triangulate where you need to go and how you need to go. And give you and with numerology, we give you the positive and the negative, the possible obstructions and destructive ways that you can take, and give you the more constructive way that you need to take to help better yourself and take yourself to a higher and wisest level. Whether you put the numbers that are connected to your birthday and your name to work, that's totally up to you. I tell everybody all the time, it's up to you whether you do this. It's not going to stop me from doing what I do. It's not going to stop me from reaching who I'm supposed to reach. It's not going to stop me from doing the numerovational work that I have to do. Because not only am I born under a misnomer sign called Aquarius, which is sometimes known as Hopi in the Hopi Valley, of vibrational energy and the pouring forth of water, which is supposed to serve humanity. So my job is to serve humanity and do what I love to do. And that's helping people be best. Sometimes I will give advice and probably don't even take my own advice, to be honest. You know, I've done it throughout my life. Because sometimes, Aquariuses can be, they walk to their own drum. They're rebels. We are sometimes either rebels without a cause or rebels with a cause, without pause, depending on what Aquarius you're dealing with. Bob Marley was an Aquarian with a cause, without pause. He kept on doing what he had to do until he transitioned. You know what I'm saying? So, in happy birthday again to Dr. Laila Africa. Happy birthday again to John Witherspoon. Two men who probably, I don't know if they met each other, but I know Dr. Africa was into entertainment at one time because he's very proficient at certain instruments. So Dr. Africa used to be part of a backing band for certain comedians and certain band leaders and all that kind of stuff because he was good at what he did. I've mentioned that before, and even his wife has mentioned that before. Uh, you know, and but John Witherspoon and Dr. Africa was brilliant in their own field and their own direction. That's why Remember, in compound or composite numerology, or some may say tarot, depending on what science or what numerologist you're studying, especially the old ones, the unabridged ones. 27 is the number of creativity and productivity. So people born on the 27th of any month has to be creative and productive. Let me say that again. People born on the 27th of any month, from January all the way to December, have to be creative and productive in whatever they do and however they do. So even if you're not born on today, this is a good day to reminisce about some of the downloads that you've had in your life, some of the ideals that you've had in your life, and be creative and be productive with it. Start initiating it. And I tell everybody, you can use any one of these numbers. You could use any one of these numbers and spread love and use it for yourself. And wait, oh, I see somebody wants to come in. Okay, let me see. I see a holistic living project who was one of the students of Dr. Africa wants to come in. Let's see. Let me accommodate that on my IG. Now I'm on YouTube and IG. So YouTube, you're gonna hear this. You're gonna hear this because this is a dear friend of mine, and let me see if she could come in. She's one of my participants in one of my classes too, but my classes are gone to another level now. So let's see if she's gonna come on. Young
Hi,
lady,
friend.
young lady, what's up, young lady? How you
Can you
doing?
hear
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
me?
You're breaking up. You're breaking up. Can you hear me? She's breaking up. She's in Ghana, I believe. I believe she's in Ghana. Are you in Ghana? You're breaking up. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. I don't know what's happening. You're breaking up. We might have to get you off the line because you're breaking up. But I love you still. I love you. I love you. I
I
love you. Cause you're breaking up.
can hear
Yeah, but
you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. What's up? You all right? I can't hear. You're breaking up. Let me see if I
Are
can.
you? How are you?
I'm good. How you doing? How you doing?
So happy to talk to our spiritual
Yeah, happy
teacher.
birthday. Happy birthday to our spirit. Yes, happy birthday to our spiritual teacher, Dr. Africa.
And listen to Doctor.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're breaking up though. You're breaking up. It's hard to deal with. It's
Listen.
hard to hear you. It's hard to hear you. It's hard to hear you. I gotta.
It's okay. I send
We'll,
you
we'll,
love.
all right. We'll talk. One love.
We talk.
All
We
right.
talk.
Blessings. Blessings. All right. Yeah. Yeah. That was one of our dear people that studied under Dr. Africa at his home. Studied under Dr. Africa at his home. I want to get in the sun because I was trying to get closer. But please, today is the 27th again. Use this vibrational force of the 27th. I don't care what year, what birthday you're born under. Use it. Use it as a creative, a creative. Oops, done. YouTube, I'm messing up YouTube. As a creative way to use the 27th is to stay creative. Is to be productive. If you want to harness and harvest some of the greatness that you have within you. This is a good day, the 27, because 2 and 7 are different water numbers. And water, according to metaphysics, is the natural conduit between the physical and the spiritual realm. Tap into the spiritual realm or the energetic world and download ideas. Just sit, just sit quiet and ask your inner self, your inner thoughts. Just sit quiet for a few minutes and then whatever, and have a pen and paper next to you, whatever comes to mind, just start writing. Even if it's garbage, even if it don't make sense, because if you're writing it, it's making sense in some realm. Even if it doesn't make sense, write it until in old writing classes back in the day when I used to go attend read about writing classes, they used to ask you to write all the garbage that's in your head until you start flowing with what makes sense to you. So write out all the thoughts, even if it's a word that pop up. Whatever word that pops up, and then you put another word to it, or whatever word that pop up after you do your meditation, then all you do is start elaborating on that word. Go study the meaning of the word, and then study the synonyms of those words. Study all the different possibilities of what that word is, and see if it means something to you. And I'm not even telling you write a whole sentence. Go in your meditation and write a word. Come out the first word that comes, then go ahead to the dictionary and study and research. Today, do that, because today is a 27 day, which is a vibratory day of creativity and productivity. And from that creative and productive word that you might discover, guess what? It will reap harvest for you in the future, because it's going to lead you to do something greater for yourself and your family. I'm telling you, this is how this science could work for you if you use it appropriately. It could work for you. You know what I'm saying? And the real ancestors is is in your blood already. They want to talk to you. They want to reveal ideals. Your great grandmother, your great 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 grandmother for the last 400 years. They're there. They're part of the essence. They want to throw some things, even if it's a word. Make sure, even if you hear the word trauma, unpack the word trauma and then reverse the trauma. Unpack the word creativity and understand the duality of creativity and live towards its highest. Unpack whatever word that come to you. Sit down and think. If you, let's say, if you're born on the first, or let's say you're born on the 27th, and 2 plus 7 equals 9. Sit down for 9 minutes, 9 seconds. And whatever word comes to your mind, the first thought, don't get yourself all scattered. I'm telling you, just find a word that can help motivate you and help you to want to research that word, to a point that when you research it, you start seeing all the different words that's associated with that word. And then study the negative, the opposite of that word, so you'll know the different ways you can use that word. Yo, it's a powerful, the mind is a powerful thing. That's why it was a person born on the 22nd of the month named Arthur Fletcher, Dr. Arthur Fletcher, from the Negro College Fund, the United Negroes College Fund. He says the mind is a terrible thing to waste. So don't waste it. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. So don't waste it. Family, Instagram. I'm also on YouTube on my other channel, Numerovation, or Numbers Are Simple, on YouTube also. So forgive me. I'm looking both sides. I'm looking at both sides. So, and YouTube, I'm on with them. So again, today being Dr. Africa's birthday, let me tell you something. I wrote a letter to Dr. Africa as I woke up this morning, thanking him for being a brother, thanking him for seeing the greatness in me to want to publish my books, him and his wife. I wrote a letter to Dr. Africa thanking him for what he has given to the world unselfishly, the knowledge and the books and all that. And it's not for you to, and I tell people all the time, what our elders has given to us, it's not for us to debate about it and argue and say this person is wrong. It's for us to build on it, because he would tell you straight, he don't know everything. But what he knows, he know, and he's going to teach what he knows until the next generation takes it to the next level. And a good reminder of that is watching, which movie was that? That was a Iron Man movie. I think it was a Avengers movie when when um when Nick Fury actually brought actually revealed that he was a part of Shield with Tony Stark's father. And when Tony Stark went to examine the tapes that his father had, his father was doing all the antics and doing his things. When and Tony Stark's father was doing all kinds of stuff, then he stopped, and then he looked into the camera and talked to Tony. Although he's been dead for years, but he knew something. He's seen a vision. He has an insight. He says, he said, all this, you're going to make it happen. You're going to take it to the next, paraphrasing, you're going to take it to the next level. He said, and He said the greatest creation has always been him, his child, not anything that Tony Stark's father has created, not anything that everything that he's created in science and all that. That was not his greatest creation. The greatest creation was his son, and that's what made Tony Stark start realizing that his father wasn't bad. He wasn't evil. He wasn't thing. Everybody suffered from this stuff. And one thing about Dr. Africa, he poured a lot of wisdom into people, and then went into his own confines, stayed at peace, stayed to himself. Because in his meditations, that's where he got his downloads. In his music, when he went to go play the piano, that's where he got his downloads. When he wanted to watch African movies, that's what Dr. Africa loved to watch, African movies. That's when he got his downloads. Old movies, that's what he got his downloads. So just remember, family, just remember, you are the greatest creation of your parents. And you are supposed to take whatever is in the essence of your mom and dad, whether you knew them or not, whether it was good to you or not, whatever, you're supposed to take the goodness of them and take it to the next level so you can break whatever cycles, any lessons that you have. It's real talk. So go research about your family. Go know about your DNA, because we are here for a reason. We are here in this dispensation of time to take what our elders and our ancestors have given us in our bloodline and take it to the next level. No matter what's going on, we are here for a reason. I know I'm here for a reason. I could have been gone, believe me, but I am here just like you are here for a reason. You are part of your family for a reason. You came out of your mother's womb, your father's scrotum, whatever it is, test tube connection, whatever you feel you've gone to. Whether you adopted, you are here for a reason. You are here. It's funny, I interviewed somebody that was adopted, Billy Carson's queen, um, Elizabeth Hoekstra. She was adopted. But look at the great things that she's doing before Billy, and now that she's with Billy, they've taken it to another level. They was destined to meet. It's a destiny thing. He's a Virgo, she's Aquarius, but she's a 5. He's born under the Virgo energy, which is connected to the number 5. There is a work. And then when you add his personal numbers to her personal numbers, the 5 and the 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, that adds up to the number 9, which deals with universal status, which deals with international status, that deals with being able to make money even when there's crisis. Those two can do that. As long as they stay creative and as long as they stay balanced. And I'm talking about Billy and Elizabeth because I'm looking at their numbers. And I only pulled that out just in case Billy and Elizabeth watching this. I only pulled that out because Elizabeth Hoekstra said she was adopted. And she's done great things even though she's adopted. It's not just because. She's done it even though she didn't look back. She's kept on moving, and that's what you got to look at. So those are great. Some people that have been through the adoption and all that stuff has gone through some real interesting things. And getting back to Dr. Africa, I wrote a letter, and as I closed the letter, I said, although we weren't biological brothers, when I found out that you and I had the same last name, I knew that we was destined to meet because we are spiritual brothers with the last name that made us brothers. Him being my bigger brother and I'm being his little brother. And Dr. Africa, who's born today, I remember we was at the Marcus Garvey Center and I was telling him, I'm not, I don't feel appreciated. Dr. Africa looked me in my eyes and said, and he literally looked me in my eyes. He did a whole iridology thing. He said, brother, you need to get away from New York. You need to go and rest and get away from New York, because he's seen, and he even said, if that brother keeps on going the way he's going, he's gonna kill himself, and kill myself in the way that I'm gonna work myself to death. That's what he was saying. And Dr. Africa invited me to his house. And after that time, I always kept going to his house when I needed to get away from the stress of New York, get away from the madness. I'll go to Dr. Africa's house and stay by him, whether it be in Ohio or Indianapolis. I'll go and stay by those two houses there with him and his wife, and we'd have fun, we'd talk, and so much. So today is his birthday, his Earth Strong. Happy birthday, Dr. Laila Africa. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating this. We in the Aquarian energy. Big up to all the Aquarians. My birthday is coming up. My birthday's coming up on Tuesday, February 1st. So I'm heading down to Florida. I'm gonna be on the beach. Nobody can tell me nothing different there. I'm gonna be on the beach, floating in the water and meditating on my next move as I'm 55 and 5 plus 5 equals 10. As I'm celebrating my 10th birthday in my imagination, I'm gonna float. Float on, float on. I'm gonna float on the salty beaches of one of those beaches, whether it's Fort Lauderdale or Deerfield or Hollywood. I'm gonna float. I'm going to one of those beaches to float. So, family, I want y'all to stay focused, stay healed, and I want to say condolences to a friend of mine. His dad just passed on. Brother named Omar. His dad name was Chief. He was the one. He was the one that supervised and was headed over Black Lady Theater. His father just passed, and he also was over the slave theater back in the day. He worked with the owners very closely. So, Chief, you're in that spiritual realm, Baba. Love and respect you, man. He was born October 28th, and he transitioned January the 11th. So, Ali, the great Queen of Four's son, hit me up and let me know that Chief had passed on, and we're gonna do what we gotta do. Although I'm here, I can't be at the funeral physically, but I will definitely be watching today online. So condolences to the brother from the Black Lady Theater, brother Omar, and his whole family, the whole Black Lady Theater that was on Nostrand Avenue, and those from the Slave Theater, those who know the Slave Theater back in the day, only the elders would probably remember that, or people my age or a little bit who was involved with that. Chief was the one that was the man who handled the Slave Theater and he handled the Black Lady Theater. All right, so family, love and respect. Thank you very much for tuning in. Be strong, be focused. In a 2-2-2 year, maintain balance with your health, mentally, physically, spiritually, and energetically. All right? Peace and love. Take care. Let me get ready to stop this. Okay.